Detroit. United Auto Workers members at General Motors appear very close to voting down a tentative union deal that ended roughly 6 weeks of labor strikes against the automaker. A majority of UAW members at several major GM plants have voted against the pact. The facilities combined represent 18,580, or 40%, of GM's 46,000 union employees. Voting results at a number of smaller GM facilities, as well as an SUV plant in Arlington, Texas, are unknown or yet to be finalized. Several small facilities as well as assembly plants in Michigan and Kansas have voted in favor of the deal. The UAW declined to comment. GM did not immediately respond to request for comment. A rejection of the deal, which was reached October 30th, would prolong a historically contentious round of negotiations between the UAW and Detroit automakers. Similar tentative agreements at Ford Motor and Stellantis have thus far received higher voter approvals among those automakers' unionized workforces. As of Wednesday morning, the UAW had not updated its vote tracker for GM to reflect several plants that voted against the deal. As of midday Tuesday, before majorities of workers at GM's Corvette plant in Kentucky, a Buick and Chevrolet crossover plant in Michigan, and truck plants in Missouri and Indiana voted against the pact, the agreement had a 52% approval. It's become more common in recent years for UAW members to reject tentative agreements. Workers at Fiat Chrysler, now Stellantis, voted down a deal during talks in 2015. And Mack Trucks rejected a contract proposal last month. If the GM deal is voted down, UAW President Shawn Fain and other union leaders will need to decide how to proceed and secure a better deal for GM's union workers. They could reinitiate strikes against the automaker, attempt to reopen negotiations, or both. All options are essentially back on the table for the union and automaker. The company could agree to reopen talks, or it could follow what Mack Trucks has recently done and submit the prior offer with little to no changes as what's known as a last best and final offer, likely sending it back for members to vote on. The UAW reached tentative deals with each of the automakers individually, so each is voted on separately. They are not contingent on one another to be ratified. The record deal at GM, like those at Ford and Stellantis, included 25% wage increases, restoration of cost of living adjustments and other benefits. But UAW members, especially veteran workers, have voiced disapproval for the deal, citing inflated expectations created by Fain, who called for and ultimately failed to secure a 32-hour workweek and better retirement benefits. GM has the highest number of traditional workers on a percentage basis, followed by Ford and then Stellantis. Stellantis also leans more heavily on temporary workers, who will largely be converted to full-time employees and become eligible for top wages by the end of the deals.